I'm finally debt free, but now I have all this extra income, so I just kind of spend it and don't really know what's up. Thank you so much for this comment. My name is Gaby Rincon. I'm a money coach and financial strategist. I specialize in working with the first-gen BIPOC community and empowering them to live money stress-free. I really appreciate your openness because it allows us to talk about kind of engaging in a financial practice, period. Let me explain. Now, chances are when you were on your debt-free journey, you were actively paying off your debt. You might be doing some debt snowball method, paying off all of this credit card debt, for example. And so you're really in the driver's seat. You're monitoring your spending. You know exactly where everything is going. You're very, very much engaged. You have this very habitual financial practice. But what sometimes happens is when we do get that goal and we are debt-free, it starts to feel like, whoa, I have all of this kind of discretionary income, all of this available money. And so we start spending on random things, or maybe we don't even know what we're spending on. I want to acknowledge that I am not anti you spending money on things that bring you joy. Whatever your value categories are, whether it's self-care or travel or home goods, I don't mind. It's not my job to tell you what to spend your money on. My job is simply to make sure that your income, your spending, your budget is aligned to what you value and to what your goals are, right? For example, I have a client who loves to travel and he really wants to take his wife on vacation. That's kind of their big thing that they love to do. Cool. Now that he's paid off almost all of his credit card debt, we're increasing the amount that they're able to spend on travel. Does that mean that all of the previous $2,000 a month that we were spending on debt payments go to travel? No, because there's also other things we want to balance. We don't want to only be spending on the now, right? We want to also balance the future. We want to make sure that we're thinking about okay, another goal that he has is home ownership. Okay, another goal that they have is to be able to retire, maybe even early. For most of us, in our community, we have this thought, this script that budgeting and paying attention to your money is for people who are broke or poor, or when you really need to, you have a lot of debt. But that is not true. Financial practice, meaning the ability, your habit to look at the money coming in and look at the money going out, understand how much is going everywhere, automating things to make sure that you're reaching your goals and you're on target to do so, is exactly that. It's a practice that we all engage in, no matter what your net worth, what your income, what your goals are. In fact, when I'm working with clients one-on-one, when they come to coaching, oftentimes we are on the financial unhealthy, instability, maybe even dysfunction side of the spectrum, think lots of overdrafts, lots of debt, et cetera, right? And so we're engaging in this practice really intensely. Then all of a sudden we get to this phase of okay, we are stable. Maybe we're debt-free. We're financially secure. We're financially empowered. But that is where the really big game changer can happen. This is where now all of a sudden we're in the wealth accumulation phase. Now we can get into financial freedom. If we keep engaging with this practice, now instead of digging ourselves out of a hole, we can start kind of piling up, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm going along with this metaphor. And again, please don't think that I'm saying that you shouldn't be spending on quote, frivolous things or unnecessary things. Low-key, I am a little bit bougie. I love spending on nice things or going out to eat at a nice restaurant, for example. But I'm not going to do that at the cost or at the detriment of maxing out my Roth IRA. We want to get to a point where we are enjoying both. So what this looks like in practice is mapping out, having a discussion or reflection on what are my 1 to 3 short-term goals that are for fun, for joy, think travel, stuff like that, right? And then what are my goals for the year in terms of financial security, financial freedom? What does that look like? You can balance both in the short term and then do the exact same thing for the long term. Think 5 to 10 years. When we do this work and we engage in this practice, we're able to reach our goals much more successfully because we're actively working towards them. We're actively defining them. So as you approach wealth accumulation stage, as you approach debt freedom, think about what those goals are going to be. What are we going to do with the extra $500 that is not going towards debt anymore? What is the impact going to be? How is it going to benefit me in the present, in the joy, in the security, in the future? etc. As always, for a one-on-one look on your financial picture and mapping out some goals that could be really great for you to achieve, please book a consultation. I'd love to work with you.